What is going on, everybody? I am Rob Westerman of GBP Daily, and welcome to Rob's Table Talk. I decided to start doing this every day just for a way to get to know everybody, give myself and you some time to chat some football. We are in week 5 of the show, and it's been great. So, thank you for tuning in. Going on this little ride with me. It has been a blast. Anyways, let's get to it. We are now under 2 weeks away from a season opener in Minnesota. This week, the roster needs to be trimmed down to 53 by tomorrow. So expect to see a lot of cuts, a lot of news about the roster here over the next 24 hours or so. Any roster predictions, throw them in the comments. Who you think should make it, who shouldn't make it, what two players you think are battling for just one spot. Let me know what you're thinking here. We're just over a day away from having the initial 53, 16-man practice squad done for the guys. So let me hear it. Let's take a peek in the chat, huh? Chef, what is going on, my man? Rodgers definitely should be number one. Yeah, it's tough to argue with that, but you saw him come in at number 3 in the top 100 NFL players list. So yeah, and the players, I believe, vote on that. I think it's just the players. Maybe it's coaches too. I'm not entirely sure. Who got number one? The one and only Tom Brady. I get it. Some think he's the GOAT. I'm not one of those people. But yeah, Tom Brady got number one. Aaron Donald got number 2. It just is what it is. Rodgers is back-to-back MVP. Best quarterback that's been playing the last couple of years, and he still gets gypped. But hey, it is what it is. King AJ, what is going on? How does the back-to-back MVP get put on third? Shaking my head, so disrespectful. King AJ, I agree. But hey, hopefully that adds more fuel to the fire, and he goes off for back-to-back-to-back MVPs. Hoping that MVP, that third one, is a Super Bowl MVP. I will take that over regular season. Thanks, King AJ. Nice to see you back. You're one of the OGs, baby. I love it. Blake, numbers don't matter, rings do. Yeah, you're right. Can't argue with that. That's what I care about. I care about the rings, baby. So it don't mean a thing without the ring, but numbers do matter. If you're talking about individual, it's a team sport. You can play the best, but if you don't got a great team, then hey, it is what it is. Drew, Tom Brady's numbers don't compare to Rodgers. Stupid list. Completely agree. I think it's one of those things where the players are kind of like, well, he's the Brady's the OG. Just like a lot of you in this chat, you're the OGs of Rob's Table Talk. So I'm going to tailor more to your questions. Just like my guy, King AJ, the Drew Cave, A Hark over here on Instagram, official Louiso on Instagram. The guys like the OGs, and it is what it is. So, A Hark, is Dobbs going to get more playing time than Watson this year? That's a question I get a lot. Dobbs is a true receiver. He won't be lining up in the backfield like Christian Watson. Not saying he's going to be lining up as a running back, but he won't be doing as much jet sweep stuff as Christian will. I feel like Christian will get more touches. He can do a lot in space. But it'll be interesting to see play out. I'm a fan, just like all you guys. I have no expert analysis, no inside info on who's playing, what's going to happen. That's just my opinion. We shall see. Rodgers should have been number one after 2014 and after 2020. Yeah, he should have. Keyword should have. Who could be a surprise cut or keeper? I don't think there's going to be many surprise cuts, really. Dominic Daphne was a surprise cut to me earlier on. But yeah, I think they'll figure out the receiver room. Samori Toure had a great game against the Chiefs. He might have found himself a spot on the squad, but I see a lot of people saying they're going to keep 7, they're going to keep 8, maybe. It's a tough roster prediction year to be doing that. And man, I wish I knew, but we'll know by tomorrow. Surprise cuts, so I don't really see any. Keeper, Tyler Davis will probably get kept as much as everybody wants to have him cut. Um, but yeah, I don't have any surprise cuts or keepers. Thank you for the question, Myers. Thank you. I appreciate it. Robbie, what is going on, Robbie? Thanks for hopping on. Who is a better man, Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers? I don't know either of them personally, so I cannot answer that. Cam, you worried about Mason week 1? If so, what do you think of the backup? Cam, I told you. You said you were worried about Mason the other day. I told you, do not worry about Mason. He's going to be good to go. Not that I know anything, but my hope and gut feeling is that he'll be ready to roll. And hopefully with the new operation on the field goal unit as a whole, as far as the protection, the snap, the hold, I think he'll come back in and do his thing. So the backup, Ahmed, as it is right now, I think he's playing solid. He made a tackle on kickoff coverage because our guys couldn't cover. Special teams is still a problem, a big problem. And if that doesn't get fixed, then yeah, it doesn't matter how good your defense is, how good your offense is. We saw last year firsthand in the biggest game of the year at home in the cold. It cost us a game. It might have cost us a Super Bowl. But it still has yet to get fixed. We shall see. At what age does 12 retire, Blake says over on Instagram. Blake, that's a great question. Nobody knows. I don't think Raj even knows. But my guess would probably be in the next 2 years, 3 years. If he wins the Super Bowl this year, maybe he'll retire, which I'll be fine with. Hand over the ropes to Jordan Love, and let's go win a couple more Super Bowls with Jordan Love. Come on now. Chef D-Watt, Robbie, what's good? What is good, D-Watt? Thanks for hopping on. Do you think that Jordan Love pick was a waste? I do. We'd have a developed wideout right now. It would have been perfect given that number 17, Devontae, left. Well, if anything, that Jordan Love pick lit a fire under Rodgers' butt because, man, he came out and he's been playing great ever since Jordan Love's been picked. So if all we have gotten out of that pick was to reignite Rodgers' MVP play, I think it's a great pick. A lot of number 1 pick, a lot of first-round picks over the years have not panned out more often than not for the Packers in the past decade. So if that's all we got out of the Jordan Love pick, then I'll take it. Blake over on Instagram, thank you for the question. You think we're going to sign Odell in like November or December? It's a big possibility. I think that's kind of around the time that he will sign with somebody. He'll have his pick. I think he'll probably go to somebody who's going to give him some money, who's got a shot to win the Super Bowl, and who needs some wide receiver help. So I think in that time, we're going to have a shot to win the Super Bowl. We may or may not need some receiver help, depending on if these young guys develop or not, depending on injuries. So we could be a player as far as the Odell sweepstakes goes. Thank you, Blake, for the question. Mar, I'm glad we lost no big names in the preseason. I completely agree. That's the most important thing. No injuries, no major injuries. We didn't lose anybody for the season, a la Jordy Nelson back in 2015. Man, that was heartbreaking just to see him go down. And yeah, the ACL, you just knew right away he's out for the year. And it's like, man, we didn't even get started. And that's kind of why I'm on the boat of, you know what? Playing these guys for 2-3 series in the third preseason game, is it going to make a difference as far as week 1 comes? I mean, it's 2 weeks away now. You have a whole bye week in between each of those games. So I don't think so. I think warming up like you're going to play, going through pregame, getting dressed, going through warm-ups, I mean, I think that's good enough. We will see, though. In Minnesota last year we saw how it went down against the Saints. Not good. It just was not good. But hey, it didn't matter as far as the season went along. Got the number one seed, went 13-4. One of those losses was against the Chiefs without Raj. One of those losses was against the Lions when our starters didn't play very much. And the other loss came on a last second field goal against the Vikings. So it didn't matter. So Chef D Watts can't believe that players chose those two over the back-to-back reigning MVP. Complete disrespect. I mean, are you surprised, D Watt? I'm not. Aaron's made some enemies over the last couple of years with his off the field antics, if you want to call them that. He hasn't made an enemy out of me. He's played great football, and that's what I watch him for. Everybody else likes to get caught up in what he's doing off the field or what shows he's on. The Joe Rogan show he was just on, and now everybody is getting all reoffended by everything again. It's like, just don't watch it. If you don't want to, if you don't like him, then don't watch it. It's as simple as that. All right, Rick, what's happening, man? I'm doing great. Thank you for hopping on. I appreciate it. I'm on Monday through Friday, every day, chatting Packers with you guys, usually in the morning around 10:30. So if you like it, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. On the indefinite Rob's Table Talk, it's going to be going on for hopefully as long as I'm able to. So, Myers, any updates on Elton? No, I haven't seen anything. Yesterday, I'm sure as you guys have seen, I posted about it yesterday. He did not participate in practice. I believe he was on a bike. It wasn't anything to do with his knee, so that's great news. I wonder if it's something personal or maybe he was feeling a little under the weather. Coach did say he's going to keep that in-house, internal. So hopefully nothing injury related, which that's what it sounds like. So a little scare there, but some good news-ish after the fact. Cam, come on, man. I'm sweating bullets about Mason. I'm hyped for week one, calling a pick six first drive for our defense. I would love nothing more to start off the season with a pick six. I would also love nothing more to start off the season kicking off. I always, besides the last couple of years before last when our defense wasn't that good, I always elect to kick off to start the game if we have the choice. And then you get the ball at half. We used to be so good at doubling up before half, then get the ball come out of half and go score again, but hasn't happened as much recently. And with our defense, what seems to be like you kick off, they'd go down and score, and then all of a sudden we're down 7-0, and it's like, all right, you got to score because we're probably going to give up another touchdown the next drive. I'm back on the train. Kick off to start the game. Let our D either get a 3-and-out, a turnover, a pick six, which would be just amazing. Cam, if they get a pick six the first drive of our defense to start the year, I don't know what I'm going to do. I got to have you on the show or something. Something's got to happen. That would be great. I'm sweating bullets about Mason. Do not sweat. I'm telling you. I have no insider info. I'm nobody but a fan. But I'm telling you, he'll be good to go. Don't worry. You're good. Mar, I don't blame special teams entirely. We couldn't put the ball in the end zone on offense. Yeah, I agree. Not all the blame can be put on the special teams as far as last year's playoff loss goes. We couldn't move the ball. Mercedes fumbled, turned it over, and we just couldn't move the ball when we needed to in the fourth quarter. Yeah, definitely isn't all on the special teams. Kind of a mixed bag there between the special teams and the offense. The defense did everything it needed to and then more. So anything outside of the defense you can blame for that loss, Mar. I completely agree with you. Blake, Love for a tight end. I doubt it. It's just not going to happen. I don't think they're going to trade Love. We need a backup, and as well as Etling's been playing, there's a reason that he's been bouncing around teams. There's a reason that if we cut him, maybe he'll get picked up by somebody else for their backup or third round or third stringer, but more than likely we'll cut him and he'll go to the practice squad. So in tight end, Big Bob's going to be back. That's just the way it is, and he's going to have a great season. So, all right, King AJ, don't do this to me. I don't want to be that guy to say the NFL is rigged, but why is this starting? Why is this starting to feel like a fairy tale farewell season for Tom Brady? Either way, he's going to have to get past Rodgers. Well, King AJ, he didn't have a problem getting past Raj a couple years ago in Lambeau for the NFC Championship, but it's not rigged. And Raj, if he has to go through Tom Brady, he will. The Packers will. We're a better team this year, better defense. But that's a long ways away. It's a long season. So we shall see. Blake, antics, brother living his best life. I completely agree. Some, that's why I said some may call it antics. I don't get it. He's getting asked about things and he's answering questions. He's not posting every single thing he's doing. I don't call it antics, but some think he thinks he's some crazy douche, and that ain't me. He's living his best life, staying true to himself. I'm with you there, Blake. They're all jealous. You need to prepare for that NFC Championship hump. Can't get over it. I'm just ready for the season to start. And if we make the playoffs, which I think we will, I'll get pumped. And if we make the NFC title game, I'll get pumped. Teams change so much from year to year that there's two guys on the squad from 10 years ago. There's like under 15 from a few years ago. Teams are completely different, but as the Packers are for a whole, yes, they need to get over that hump because they have not been able to. They've been to 4 NFC title games in the last 8 years, if I remember correctly, and have lost all of them. Man. Or is it? It's longer than that. Maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, they need to get over that hump. That's for sure. Cam, do you remember if 23 was in the game against Minnesota last year? I cannot remember because I know JJ went off the first game. Jair was not. He was not. No. JJ went off the first game, mainly being guarded by Eric Stokes. But it's going to be different this year. If Jair's covering him, he ain't going off. If Eric Stokes is covering, yeah, he'll get some catches, but I think Eric Stokes has improved. And last year, if he would have played the ball a little more, it wouldn't have happened. I think he's improved in that, hopefully, for this year. Diaz, what is up, my guy? Bryce, best move was to cut Ty Summers. Yeah, he's been kind of just a special teams guy the last couple of years. Seems to kind of be a step behind everyone else in our linebacker group. Is pretty dang good, obviously, with Devondre, Quay. You got Chris Barnes and a couple guys behind him that are going to be above Ty Summers, clearly. And that's why they got rid of him. So, Aaron Donald 1A, A-Rod 2. Yes, but only one of them gets in fights, and only one of them is Elton Jenkins' son, and that is Aaron Donald. Elton Jenkins gets in that guy's head, and so did Lucas Patrick. Evan, what's happening, my man? Thank you for hopping on the chat on this fine Monday morning. It's a great day. We're having a great chat. I love it. What is going on? My thoughts exactly. When did football become so personal? Not taking away from 99 and the 7 rings, but 12 has been the best quarterback for 3 years. Now super excited to see 12 prove them wrong. Yes, I am with you, my man. We should be going for a 4-peat if our defense was as good as it was last year and past years. Hey. King AJ, cancel the noise and play ball. It's what we do best. That's right, baby. That is right. Sean, thanks for hopping on, buddy. You like my mug? Yes, sir. Grizzly, Giants got trade inquiries for Darius Slayton. Do you think we are in the mix? Well, Goody says famously, he always makes the call. He's always in conversation, but no, I don't think I don't think they're in the mix. I don't think unless we have any injuries that we're going to sign any receiver. So unless that happens, then maybe. But I think they'll go after a couple different guys. Cam, always good talking Packers and listening to you guys like you. Matt Ramage, Andy Herman, I completely agree. It was just on Matt's show a few weeks ago. Good buddy of mine, talk to him all the time. Andy Herman, I listen to his show every single morning. Very informative. No ad type talk. There's no agenda. He just talks Packers, and I love it. Very, very informative, and I recommend it. And the videos are up at 5 a.m. every day. So usually, if you're up after 5, then you can watch them. I throw it on when I'm in the shower. Gives me a nice conversation and some knowledge heading into the day. You can always get some Packer knowledge. So, yeah, Matt Ramage, Andy Herman, a couple other guys I love listening to. Thank you for the kind words, Cam. I do appreciate it. Danny, what is happening? Thanks for hopping on. Sean, I wish Rodgers was lower on the top 100. Add fuel to that fire, baby. Back-to-back MVP, but let's keep stroking Brady. Keep up the good work, Rob. Sean, thank you so much. And that is going to be a comment to end the show. I'm calling it a day for Rob's Table Talk. Another great chat in the books. I'll be going live, like I said earlier, every single day, Monday through Friday, just to talk it up with you guys. So if that's something you enjoy as well, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. I greatly appreciate it. It's in my Instagram bios. It's on the website, gbpdaily.com. Follow me on Twitter, whether it's my personal at Rob Westerman3 or at GBP Daily. Shoot me a message. Shoot me a tweet. I'm always down to talk Packers anytime, any day. Thanks again for joining, and I will catch you guys later. Thank you.